And I'm really hoping for the May patch to please, dear God, Bandai Namco, think it through carefully, because as they say, that's going to be the big balance patch where they actually adjust the characters a great deal. But if this is a sign of things to come, I'm a little bit afraid. Nathan, yeah, that's my biggest problem so far, is like what they're doing to the neutral. And you know, typically what I associate with playing Tekken is having, as a defendant or defender, you know, I have a lot of options. And it's not a good thing when they say that in future balance patches they don't want to nerf, they want to buff mid to low tiers to match the top tiers. But I'm like, you can't do that, because right now against the top tiers, there's literally fuck all you can do. They just lock you down. There's nothing you can do. You can't move. That's what I associate with Tekken, is that I can actually move out of the fucking way if I just have a knowledge. Is it left? Is it right? Is it a backdash? Do you need a clean hit? I can backdash away. Can I duck it? Can I interrupt it? The problem now is that with like Dragunov, Azucena, it's like there's nothing you can do. You can't move out of the fucking way, and everything is so plus that you just lock down. And the beautiful and intricate game of Tekken turns into guess correctly. And while they're not S tier, they're solid fucking A's. Alyssa and Lars put you in that exact situation. There's nothing you can do. You need a hard read. It's take a goddamn guess. It's like when Kazuya hits you with a heat engager, right? Or does this. You have to take a guess now, because I'm plus 18. I have a 20 frame startup on my big attacks. You have to take a guess. But for this to happen, I have to land a down for 1-4, which is risky, or I have to land a heat engager on you. I earned this situation. It's an awkward situation to be in when you're defending, because you have to take a true 50-50. But the thing is with Dragunov is that as soon as he's at this range on you, true 50-50 on everything he does. And even if you block it, it's plus 7 or something. It's like, for God's sakes. Or Lars, he jumps in with sushi free. You block it, 50-50. Or Alyssa, you know. Alyssa goes into destruction mode with her chainsaws. Hard read. Because she locks down space and time itself around her. And every chainsaw is like plus 5. Like, even the great Alyssa mains say you need to read. You need to read correctly. No option selects, no mind games. You gotta know what I'm doing. I get very, very worried when they say the path forward in May is going to make sure that these characters, we're not gonna nerf them, but everyone that's falling behind, we're gonna make sure they match the efficiency of these characters. And it's like, holy shit. Like the way, what I see in my head is like the Tekken game I don't want to play. Like legit the game I don't want to play. If that's the direction we're going in. And the thing is, I have a lot of hopes to the May patch, because the patch we got now made a lot... There was a lot of dumb shit in this patch where it's super obvious they didn't think things through. Like again, as I said, I think the nerf to this came from the fact that they wanted to nerf Devil Jin's bugged Heaven's Gate. And they felt, Devil Jin players are gonna feel it's unfair if his Heaven's Gate is nerfed and not Kazuya's. So I think they just copy-pasted the change onto Kazuya. That's what I think. It was meant to nerf Devil Jin because his Heaven's Gate was legit bugged. Was bugged. So they're like, put it on Kazuya, otherwise the players are gonna feel it's unfair. But now you really hurt this character because he really relied on this. And again, this is fun, doing this. It's skill expression, it requires timing. But also, in the game called Tekken 8, you know, we sacrificed heat energy for this. Cost heat energy. But now you've made it completely redundant. We don't use that, so you've made the character less fun, and you've certainly made him weaker. But most of all, this change doesn't make any sense. And it's like the change to Assassin as well running free too. It just doesn't make any sense. So I'm always like, did you guys think this through before you implemented it? Oh, you know what? This is too hard of a punish. You need to duck, step left duck. That's hard to do. Just sidewalk and it whiffs. Yeah, but now you created an even bigger problem. Now you can't even punish her. Now, worst case scenario for Azucena is that, you know, she ends up in Africa. You end up in Russia, she's in Africa. If you attempt to punish, you're taking a big risk. If she counters your attempt at a punish, you might whiff, you might get parried, she can kill you. But if you land it, you're probably just landing a demon paw or something. But again, it's so inconsistent. And also, when you sidestep her while running free too, 30% of the time, the camera actually flips to the other side. And you're caught completely off guard. And it feels like RNG when it happens. And again, the situation with Lars Sushi free. My God, what are you doing? The unbelievable incompetence when they actually explain in the patch notes, like, well, when the Lars player is attacking, when his opponent is in rage, he does sushi free into mix-up. The opponent can option select with a rage art. Poor Lars player. And I'm here thinking like, well, maybe as a Lars player, I would stop monkeying around, eating my own feces, shoving bananas into my eyes. I mean, I would maybe I would start thinking for a moment and go like, sushi free is actually really good. But if he can rage art option select, I'm gonna stop jumping around like a monkey. Maybe we can expect something from our player base. What do they do instead? Now, outside of rage, every single time you're in the neutral like this with Lars, he does sushi free into a mix-up where you have no options anymore. No options. Well, I mean, I explained it in a video. They don't want you to play Tekken anymore. Lars stands here. He does sushi free. There's nothing you can do. You're going to have to block it. You can't interrupt on reaction. You have to block it. And now, nothing you can do. No clever mind games. After you block that, he gets a free 50-50 on you. And he's super safe while doing it. There are just so many poor decisions that, again, this is a great game in many ways. And I'm really hoping for the May patch to please, dear God, Bandai Namco, think it through carefully, because as they say, that's going to be the big balance patch where they actually adjust the characters a great deal. That's what they've said. But if this is a sign of things to come, I'm a little bit afraid, I have to say. And when they say stuff like, we need the low tiers and mid tiers to match the top tiers, I'm like, holy fucking shit if they actually do that. I'm thinking that was BS. And that's not what they're trying to do. Someone must have mistranslated or something, because all the characters got significantly stronger going from Tekken 7 to 8. Most did. Leroy got weaker, but he's like the exception. The rule is everyone got stronger. And certain characters are completely fucking rebarded. Like Dragunov is just like Trembolone times 80. Times 80. So it's like, we don't need more characters to go to the Dragunov roid cycle. He's so roided up, there's nothing you can do defending against it. The sad reality of Dragunov in this game is that, I shit you not, a 50-hour Dragunov is not that different from a 10,000-hour Dragunov. That's so comical in this game, because JDCR and Nobi, they are the big like Dragunov specialist experts, like the global elite when it comes to Dragunov. But the reality is like, any of these top players picking up Dragunov, be it Arslan, Nee, Kokoma, Anakin, they can all pick up Dragunov and perform pretty much as well as JDCR and Nobi. It's because all of that specialist knowledge goes out the door, because the most effective Dragunov right now is just spamming these super simple mix-ups that anyone can do. The skill floor and skill expression is so low on Dragunov right now that pretty much anyone with the brain of an infant can pressure you with insane mix-ups that just lock you down, and it just takes no real skill. So there's not much of a difference between elite Dragunov and your average Dragunov anymore. The average Dragunov gets also maximum efficiency out of a character because the game plan is so unbelievably simple. No, I don't need more Dragunovs in this game. I don't need more Alissas. I don't need more Lars. It's fascinating because Feng Wei, in my opinion, is probably the best character in the game, but he still is more of a specialist character than Dragunov. So I hope that was BS and that what we actually do is take down the top tiers. Because that was what we needed to do in Tekken 7, and it's certainly, more so than Tekken 7, is what we need to do in this game. Because in this game, the top tiers shut down the neutral. They shut down Tekken. We're playing Street Fighter. They turned this game into a 2D fighter. So I'm hoping that's what they do, and that was just a mistranslation or something they regret. Because the thing is, in this game, I think the balancing is all right in like mid-low tier. It's okay. But top tiers are a joke.